What's up guys, today we will be taking a brief look at the Airbus A330. The Airbus A330 is a wide-body airliner made by Airbus. In the mid-1970s, Airbus conceived several derivatives of the A300. It's the first airliner developed the A330 twinjet in parallel with the A340 quadjet. In June 1987, Airbus launched both designs with their first orders. The A330-300, the first variant, took its maiden flight in November 1992 and entered service with Air Inter in January 1994. The slightly shorter A330-200 variant followed in 1998. In 2014, Airbus launched the A330neo, re-engined with Trent 7000 turbofans, which entered service in November 2018. The A330 shares its airframe with the earlier 340 variants, having 2 engines instead of 4, 2 main landing gear legs instead of 3, lower weights and slightly different lengths. Both airliners have fly-by-wire controls, which was first introduced on the A320, as well as a similar glass cockpit. The A330 was Airbus's first airliner to offer a choice of 3 engines: the General Electric CF6, Pratt & Whitney PW4000, or the Rolls-Royce Trent 700. The A330-300 has a range of 11,750 km or 6,350 nmi with 277 passengers, while the shorter A330-200 can cover 13,450 km or 7,250 nmi with 247 passengers. Later variants include the A330-200F dedicated freighter, the A330 MRTT military tanker, and the ACJ330 corporate jet. The A330 MRTT was proposed as the Eads Northrop Grumman KC-45 for the U.S. Air Force's KC-X competition, but lost to the Boeing KC-46 in appeal after an initial win. As of December 2019, 330 orders stand at 1,823, of which 1,492 have been delivered and 1,443 remain in operation. Its largest operator is Turkish Airlines with 68 aircraft. The A330 has allowed Airbus to expand its wide-body market share. It competes with the Boeing 767 and smaller variants of the 777 and the 787. It is complemented by the larger Airbus A350XWB, which succeeded the A340. Airbus's first airliner, the A300, was envisioned as part of a diverse family of commercial aircraft. Pursuing this goal, studies began in the early 1970s into derivatives of the A300. Before introducing the A300, Airbus identified 9 possible variations designated B1 through B9. A 10th variant, the A300B10, was conceived in 1973 and developed into the longer-range Airbus A310. Airbus then focused its efforts on single-aisle (SA) studies, conceiving a family of airliners later known as the Airbus A320 family, the first commercial aircraft with digital fly-by-wire controls. During these studies, Airbus turned its focus back to the wide-body aircraft market, simultaneously working on both projects. In the mid-1970s, Airbus began development of the A300B9, a larger derivative of the A300, which would eventually become the A330. The B9 was essentially a lengthened A300 with the same wing, coupled with the most powerful turbofan engines available. It was targeted at the growing demand for high-capacity, medium-range, transcontinental trunk routes, offering the same range and payload as the McDonnell Douglas DC-10 but with 25% more fuel efficiency. The B-9 was seen as a viable replacement for the DC-10 and the Lockheed L-1011 TriStar trijets. It was also considered as a medium-range successor to the A300. At the same time, a 200-seat 4-engine version, the B-11, which would eventually become the A340, was also under development. The B-11 was originally planned to take the place of narrow-body Boeing 707s and Douglas DC-8s then in commercial use, but would later evolve to target the long-range, wide-body trijet replacement market. To differentiate from the SA series, the B-9 and B-11 were redesignated as the TA-9 and TA-11, with TAR standing for Twin Aisle. Development costs were reduced by the 2 aircraft using the same fuselage and wing, with projected savings of US $500 million. Another factor was the split preference of those within Airbus and, more importantly, those of prospective customers. Twin jets were favored in North America, quad jets desired in Asia, and operators had mixed views in Europe. Airbus ultimately found that most potential customers favored 4 engines due to their exemption from existing twinjet range restrictions and their ability to be ferried with one inactive engine. As a result, development plans prioritized the 4-engine TA-11 ahead of the TA-9. Thanks guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.